Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy's meeting with US President Donald Trump ended in a disaster after the two leaders traded verbal blows before the world media at the White House over the war with Russia. Take a look.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
What was meant to be a critical meeting between allies to resolve a conflict roiling the globe dissolved into a shouting match in the Oval Office between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
The meeting was meant to solidify a resources deal, offering U.S. access to Ukrainian minerals to keep aid flowing as Kyiv continues to fight the war with Russia. Western aid has been crucial to Ukraine's fight, but Trump has questioned U.S. support for Kyiv.
You know that we had conversations with him.
Tensions on Friday boiled over when Zelenskyy questioned Vice President J.D. Vance's proposal for diplomacy with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
In 2019, I signed with him the deal.
Zelenskyy said he'd signed a ceasefire with the Russian leader in 2019, only to be attacked 3 years later.
What kind of diplomacy, J.D., you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
The mention of disrespect seemed to trigger Trump's wrath, who proceeded to berate the foreign leader.
Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong.
The meeting really devolved, I think it's fair to say, into an argument.
Reuters correspondent Jeff Mason said he'd never seen an episode like that in 16 years of covering the White House.
Not something you would normally see in diplomacy. This also showed that the tensions that have been bubbling up between the two leaders in the last couple of weeks not only were below the surface, but came above the surface. President Trump recently calling Zelenskyy a dictator, then sort of moving back from that a little bit yesterday when he was asked about it. He didn't use that language again today, but he certainly wasn't happy with being challenged by the Ukrainian president. And as a result, they canceled a press conference that was planned for today, and President Zelenskyy departed the White House early.
Trump wrote on social media afterward that the exchange showed that Ukraine was, quote, not ready for peace. Zelenskyy left the White House early without signing a minerals deal.
Great to be at your side once again. We're going to stay at your side.
The episode marked a stunning turnaround from the previous administration when U.S. President Joe Biden rallied Western nations to defend Ukraine in the face of Russia's invasion.
You got to be more thankful. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards.
Trump has pledged to end the war without outlining precisely how. Later, a senior U.S. official said Friday's clash will speed up Washington's efforts to investigate any waste, fraud, and abuse involving U.S. aid to Ukraine.